Hello and welcome to the discourse. Let us check these sentences. Hari Prasad is a good person. Hari Prasad is a doctor. Hari Prasad owns a cardio hospital in the city. Now the use of this name Hari Prasad again and again looks a bit messy and odd. So what we do is we replace this name Hari Prasad by he. So the sentences become Hari Prasad is a good person. He is a doctor. He owns a cardio hospital in the city. This gives us the idea of pronouns, which is the topic for today's discourse. A pronoun is a word that can be used or placed in place of a noun. Now let us check the types of pronouns. A pronoun can be personal pronoun or reflexive and emphatic pronoun. Or demonstrative pronoun. Indefinite pronoun. Or distributive pronoun. Or relative pronoun. Or interrogative pronoun. So these are the types of pronouns: personal pronoun, reflexive and emphatic pronoun, demonstrative pronoun, indefinite pronoun, distributive pronoun, relative pronoun and interrogative pronoun. We will discuss each of these types of pronouns one by one. So let us take the first type, personal pronoun. A personal pronoun is a word that can be used in place of the name of a person. But the person can be of three types. First person, the person who is speaking. And to replace the name of the first person, we use first personal pronoun. And these are I or we. Second person, who is spoken to. And to replace the name of the second person, we can use second personal pronoun. And it is you. The third person is the person about whom we are speaking, the person spoken of. And to replace the name of the third person, we can use the third personal pronoun. Which are he, she or they. Now along with these third personal pronouns, he, she and they, the pronoun it is also considered as the third personal pronoun. Despite the fact that it doesn't represent any person, rather it may represent an animal or something. But we consider it as the third personal pronoun. There can be four third personal pronouns: he, she, they and it. Now let us see some examples of personal pronouns. I went to school. I met Ratna there. She was wearing a bandage on her hand. I asked her, "Did you hurt yourself?" She answered, No. My dog scratched me. It was playing with me. Now these words I, she, her, you, yourself, my, me, it. All these words are pronouns, and except yourself, all the other pronouns are personal pronouns. So let us check the various forms of personal pronouns. Forms of personal pronoun. In case of first person, a personal pronoun can be nominative or possessive or accusative. In case of singular, the nominative pronoun is I. The possessive pronoun is my or mine. And the accusative pronoun is me. In case of plural, the nominative pronoun is we. The possessive pronoun is our or ours. And the accusative pronoun is us. Now let us check the second person. In case of singular, the nominative pronoun is you. And the plural, in case of plural, it is you. The possessive pronoun in singular case is your. And in case of plural, it is yours. The accusative pronoun for second person in case of singular is you. And in plural, it is you. Now let us see the third person. In case of singular, the third personal pronoun can be masculine, feminine or neutral. The nominative third personal pronoun is he. The feminine is she. And the neutral is it. The possessive pronoun is his or her or its. The accusative pronoun is him or her or it. In case of plural, we do not need to differentiate the third personal pronouns as masculine, feminine or neutral. Rather, we use the same third personal pronoun for all genders. The nominative pronoun is their. The possessive pronoun is theirs. And the accusative pronoun is their. So these are the forms of personal pronouns. In case of first person, the nominative pronoun for singular is I, for plural it is we. The possessive pronoun is my or mine, and plural is our or ours. The accusative pronoun is me or us in case of plural. For second personal pronouns, the nominative is you for singular and you for plural. The possessive is your, and in case of plural it is yours. In case of third personal pronouns, the nominative pronoun for masculine gender in singular is he, for feminine it is she, and for neutral it is it. In case of plural, all genders are treated as their. The possessive pronoun is his for masculine, hers for feminine, and its for neutral. But in case of plural, it is theirs. The accusative pronoun is him for masculine, her for feminine, and it for neutral. But in case of plural, it is their. As you can see, the possessive pronouns in case of first person and second and third person, in case of singular and plural both, are of two types: my and mine, our or ours, his, hers, its, their or theirs. Now the words my, your, their, our, her. These are known as possessive adjectives. These are not known as possessive nouns but possessive adjectives, because these can be used along with the nouns. As for example, this is my book, or this is your book, or this is her book. Now in all these sentences, the possessive adjective is being used along with the noun book. A possessive adjective is always placed or used before a noun. On the other hand, a possessive pronoun is always used in place of a noun. As for example, this book is mine, or this book is hers, or this book is yours. So mine, hers or yours, these are possessive pronouns. On the other hand, my, your or her are possessive adjectives. The second type of pronouns is reflexive and emphatic pronouns. Reflexive and emphatic pronouns are also known as compound personal pronouns, because we add a word self with a personal pronoun to make a reflexive or emphatic pronoun. Now, a compound personal pronoun is known as a reflexive pronoun if the subject turns back or reflects on the subject. As for example, I hurt myself. You will hurt yourself. He hurt himself. She hurt herself. The pet hurt itself. They hurt themselves. Now in all these examples, the subject is turning back on the subject. Hence all these examples, myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself and themselves are reflexive pronouns. Now in all these cases, the reflexive pronoun is the object of the verb. I hurt myself. Myself is the object of the verb hurt. You will hurt yourself. Yourself is the object of the verb hurt. Also, the reflexive pronoun refers to the same person or thing about which the subject is talking. In this case, I is the person about which the subject is talking, and myself is referring to I. Yourself is referring to you, which is being talked about in the subject. Himself is referring to he, which is the subject. Herself is again referring to she, which is the subject again. So in all these cases, or in any cases, the reflexive pronoun always refers to the same thing or person which is talked about in the subject, and it is the object of the verb in the sentence. Now sometimes in poetry, a simple personal pronoun can also be used as a reflexive pronoun. As for example, now I lay me down to sleep. Sometimes we can use the word self as a noun. As for example, he cares for nothing but self, or he thinks much of self. Now when a compound personal pronoun is used to emphasize on something, then it is known as the emphatic pronoun. As for example, I will do it myself, or I myself saw him doing that, or we will see it ourselves, or you yourself can best explain. It was said by the teacher herself. The town is not very big in itself. Now, in all these examples, the compound personal pronoun myself or ourselves or yourself or herself or itself are being used to emphasize on something. I will do it myself. It is being emphasized that I myself will do something. I myself saw him doing it. I was the person who saw him. So, emphatic pronouns are used to emphasize on something. So, a compound personal pronoun is reflexive if the subject is turning back or reflecting on itself. And a compound personal pronoun is emphatic pronoun if it is being used to emphasize on something. The third type of pronouns is demonstrative pronouns. As the name suggests, a demonstrative pronoun is one which is used to demonstrate or to indicate or to point out the thing or object to which they refer. A demonstrative pronoun is one which is used to demonstrate or to indicate or to point out the thing or object to which they refer. Let us see some examples of demonstrative pronouns. This is a gift by my uncle. Both of the cars are good, but this car is better than that. Another example can be Mumbai mangoes are better than those of Bangalore. One more example can be no period in ancient Indian history is as glorious as that of Guptas. Now, in the first case, this is referring to a gift which is a gift by my uncle. In the second case, there are two cars, but this car is better than that. In case of this and that, the thing which is near is referred by this, and the thing that is far is referred by that. Some other examples for demonstrative pronouns can be he was the representative of the king. So they honored him as such. Here such is a demonstrative pronoun which is referring to the representative of the king. He was honored as the representative of the king. Another example can be the stranger was welcomed as such. Again, such is a demonstrative pronoun which is indicating to the stranger. The stranger was welcomed as the stranger should be. So the common examples of demonstrative pronouns are this, these, those, that, such. Now in case of this and that, this is referred to the thing which is nearer, and that is referred to the thing that is farther. The fourth type of pronouns is indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are those pronouns which refer to things or person in general, but they do not refer to any particular person or particular thing. Let us see these examples. One hardly knows what to do. One does not like to say so, but it is true. None of his poems are popular. They say he has lost it. All were drowned. Some are born great. Somebody has stolen my wallet. Nobody could help him. Few escaped the cyclone. Many of them are Gurkhas. Now in these examples, the pronouns are one, none, they, all, some, somebody, nobody, few, many. Some more examples of indefinite pronouns can be everybody, nobody, and other. Now all these indefinite pronouns are used to refer to person or things in general. One hardly knows. One is referring to some person, but whom? There is no particular person. None of his poems are popular. None is referring to the poems, but which poem? It is not clear. They say he has lost it. They are those persons who are saying that he has lost it, but who are they? It is not clear. Again, all were drowned. There were some people on the boat and all were drowned. We are talking in general. We are not talking about any particular person or thing. So indefinite pronouns are those which are used to refer to general people or thing, not to any particular or definite person or thing. Indefinite pronouns are used to refer to person or thing in general, but not to any particular person or thing. The fifth type of pronouns is distributive pronouns. Each, either, neither. These are known as the distributive pronouns because they refer to person or thing one at a time. A distributive pronoun can never be plural. A distributive pronoun is always singular. Let us see some examples of distributive pronouns. Each of the boy got a mango. Another example can be either of these roads leads to the railway station. We have used leads because either of these roads refer to a singular. Either of you can go. Neither of these accusations is true. Again, in this sentence, we have used is. Neither of these accusations is true. While there are many accusations, but since we are using neither, therefore, neither is referring to each accusations one at a time. Hence, we have used is. We cannot say neither of these accusations are true. Similarly, we cannot say either of these roads lead to the railway station. Leads is the proper word. The sixth type of pronouns is relative pronouns. Let us see these sentences. I met Leena. Leena just returned from Mumbai. Now we can write these sentences as I met Leena, who just returned from Mumbai. Again, I have found the pen. I lost the pen. We can also write it as I have found the pen which I lost. In the third case, here is the book, you lent me the book. It can also be written as here is the book that you lent me. Now let us see the uses of who in the first case. I met Leena who just returned from Mumbai. Now who is used to refer to Leena. So who is acting as a pronoun. Also, who is also used as a conjunctive to join these sentences. I met Leena. Leena just returned from Mumbai. We are using who to join these sentences and to make one single compound sentence. I met Leena who just returned from Mumbai. So in the first case, who is being used as a pronoun and it is also being used as a conjunctive. Similarly, in the second case, which is being used as a pronoun to refer to the pen which I lost, and it is also being used to join these two sentences as a conjunctive. In the third case, that is referring to the book which you lent me, but that is also being used to join these sentences. He is the book, you lent me the book. So that is also doing the work of conjunctive. So we can call these pronouns who, which or that as conjunctive pronouns. Why? Because they are being used as pronouns and they are also being used as a conjunctive to join these two sentences. However, these are not known as conjunctive pronouns, rather they are known as relative pronouns. And why are they known as relative pronouns? Because they relate to some pronoun used before. In the first case, who relate to Leena. In the second case, which relate to pen. In the third case, that relate to book. Hence, they are known as relative pronouns. The noun to which the relative pronoun relates is known as antecedent because it has already been used in the sentence. The seventh type of pronouns is interrogative pronouns. The words like what, when, who, whom, which, all these are interrogative pronouns because these are used to ask questions. As for example, what are you doing? Or who are you? Or whom do you want? Or which of these is true? Now in all these sentences, what, who, whom, which, these are used to ask questions. Hence, these are known as interrogative pronouns. So this was all about the pronouns and the types of pronouns. We will discuss about the personal pronouns and the relative pronouns in greater details in some next video. Please like and share this video and please subscribe to the discourse. Thank you.